Welcome to the Catholic Life Coach podcast, where I help ambitious Catholic women overcome fear and self-doubt so that they can boldly step into the dreams God placed in their hearts, live authentically, and grow a business rooted in their faith. I'm your host, Carla Fitz. I am the Catholic Life Coach, mom, entrepreneur, and your companion on this journey of holy ambition. Each week, we dive deep into faith, mindset, business, and identity so that you can live aligned, lead confidently, and create the impact God designed you for without guilt or hustle. If you are ready to stop holding back and start showing up as the woman God created you to be, you are in the right place. Welcome, and let's get started. Hello, my loves, and welcome to this week's episode. You guys, we are in Assisi officially. I'm recording this episode from my office space, which, by the way, if you do not follow me on Instagram, please start following me. It is so much fun in there. I share so many stories, so many pictures, so many beautiful, beautiful pictures of where we're at. So if you want to follow us along in this journey of traveling, of living in Assisi for the next few months of the retreat, come check out our Instagram. It is the Catholic Life Coach. We had an amazing trip, and it could not have gone that way if it was not because of your guys' prayers. I know of so many of you that were praying for our family to have a safe trip, and we truly, truly, truly did. It was very smooth. It went insanely fast. It felt like we left Omaha and all of a sudden we were in Rome. It was nuts. And right now, sitting in this office with this incredible view, I am in awe of everything that God has done in our life ever since we decided to say yes. Ever since we decided to, you know what, let's just stop fighting the call that God has placed in our hearts and just be willing to dream again. I remember for me, for the longest time, I was in a season in my life where I felt like I was a wife, a mom, and I was no longer allowed to dream. And to dream big. And being here in Assisi right now truly is a testimony of how important it is to dream, to allow ourselves to participate in the miracles that God wants to create in our lives, and to really, truly learn how to co-create with Him. I am one that believes that those dreams that are placed in our hearts are not there by mistake. They are there to guide us, right? Like, and if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know that that's how I feel. I believe that those dreams, those desires, especially those soulful desires that do not go away, even though you've tried to ignore it, even though you have tried to push it away, they always come back because they are part of you. They're part of who you are and whom you are meant to be. And being here in this office right now is truly a testimony of God's graces, God's provision, God's ways, God's miracle. One of my favorite quotes from St. Francis of Assisi is, first do what's necessary, then what's possible, and then you'll find yourself doing the impossible. I remember reading that statement or that quote the first time I came to Assisi in 2023 and thinking, oh, that is so cool. Because at the time, I really wanted to be here in Italy for long periods of time and to travel with our family, but I didn't know how that was going to happen. And so I just trusted that I was doing what was necessary, which at the time was I was working. I didn't quite have, the business was just getting started. I think at that time I was starting the podcast. I was doing what was necessary. I was showing up for my kids, homeschooling them, my husband, our family. But then I started doing what was possible. And what was possible for me at the time was to put time in my business and to offer this work to grow. But now sitting in here, this is how I feel. We are living a life that feels unreal. It seems impossible to be here for the next 3 months, to be sitting in this office with this incredible view, to be in our apartment, to be homeschooling our girls here, to be with friends, to enjoy every bit of this view. My goodness, this city is so rich. I mean, you're talking the food, the views, the people, the culture. throughout the city, every walk, the walk, oh my goodness, is there richness in these walks. But this is the truth. It's very 50-50. I miss my mom and dad. I miss my van. There's like this sense of me that is like, these hills are intense, but it's such a blessing. And yes, it's still 50-50 because there are parts that don't feel that great, right? Like it's the comforts of home, of having a car and picking up groceries, is those simple things of going up those hills and coming down the hills and going up the hill again. Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's a dream. It's our dream. I don't think this is the place for every single person in the world, but it is definitely our place to be. It is our dream. And to be here, especially after years of not seeing movement in my business, you guys, God can do anything. There's absolutely nothing far from him. That was one of the quotes that now belongs in my computer from Saint Monica. Nothing is far from God. If you have a dream in your heart, go for it. Go for it and believe ahead of time. You cannot expect your dream to happen to then believe it. You have to believe it's coming. You have to act in accordance. You have to show up and do some courageous and aligned actions that are scary, that are new, that are uncomfortable. And then you find yourself doing the impossible. You find yourself seeing God's graces every step of the way, seeing his provision every step of the way, seeing his ideas come into fruition. I have the retreat here in less than a month now, and that was God's idea. He was very much like, I want you to do a retreat. And I'm like, okay, God, I don't know how that's gonna come together, but seeing it come together, man alive, it's unreal. And I have so many stories that I want to share with you guys, but I'm not going to start sharing it here because for you ladies who are going to be coming to the retreat here in Assisi with me, I am not going to spoil it for you. I refuse. It's going to be so good. But there has been so many provisions that God has given me the past just 3 days that we've been here. It's unbelievable. Someone asked me, what is the best part that you have gone through while you're planning this retreat, while you're planning this trip? And the answer to that is the best part of all this journey of going from no clients to a growing business to homeschooling our kids in Assisi to living in Assisi for a few months to doing a retreat in Assisi and this life that seems unbelievable to me. The best part has been watching God do his thing once I allowed myself to step back and let him lead. When I got out of the way, because you guys, I was very much in the way. I wanted to do it my way, what I thought made more sense. And then I remember a day specifically that I was like, God, I am letting go. You do what you think is best. And God was like, let's go. The best part of all this journey has been to watch God do his thing. I remember hearing Christy Wright once say, God doesn't just show up, he shows off. That's how it's been for us. God has gifted us so many graces, so many opportunities. And I pray every day of my life that we are good stewards of this, that we motivate others, that we support others, that we love others, that we increase the amount of Catholic women co-creating amazing lives with him at the center of everything. That's my why for Rooted and Radiant. Each one of my clients has this desire in their hearts to serve, to grow in unity with God, to create more abundance for their families, their lives, and for others in their world, because we are being called to serve him. Ultimately, our call is to be saints. And part of this dream is that walk to God eventually. It's challenging. It's beautiful, but it's challenging to do scary things, to take scary steps. Sometimes it looks like, oh my goodness, what a life you have. It's so fun. It comes so easy. It does not come easy. It's uncomfortable. Sometimes it's quite painful. Leaving my family behind was painful. But when you choose to live in alignment with the person God is calling you to be, it's all worth it. It's 100% worth it. Is it still uncomfortable? Yes, it's still uncomfortable. I am suffering up the hills and down the hills. I miss my mom and dad and my sister terribly, but it's worth it because I'm no longer fighting the person that God called me to be. And I want you guys to also stop resisting becoming the person God is calling you to be. Stop resisting the life that God is calling you to live. Stop resisting the next step God is calling you to. Instead, open up to the discomfort. Because here's the thing, it's uncomfortable no matter. It's uncomfortable if we don't do it, and it's uncomfortable if we do it. So we may as well do the thing that makes us uncomfortable, that helps us grow, that helps us step into that version of ourselves that He intended for us, so that we can co-create the mission that He placed in our hearts. I cannot wait for us to be here together and to share more stories. There's a new series coming into the podcast. It's going to be so good, and I cannot wait to share more about it. I'm sending you so much love and so many blessings. I just wanted to come today and just let everyone know we made it back to Assisi. Pray for us. I am praying for you guys. Until next time, God bless. Thank you so much for joining us in this community. I hope you found this episode helpful. If these concepts are something you are ready to get support and grow with and learn more of how to implement them in your life and in your business, then I want to invite you to join my signature group coaching program, Rooted and Radiant. This is a group coaching container for Catholic women entrepreneurs who are ready to grow their business with joy and grow in abundance without hustle or guilt, and doing it all in a community that is Christ-centered. If you are interested, the link is in the description. Until next time, God bless.